Hi. Okay. I had to take my headphones off because the game audio is playing in my ear even though the game is minimized. Austin, thank you for the sub. I don't know when we're going to get Badingo, when I get around to it, I guess. Yeah, so today we will be playing Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. It's one of those early 2000s point-and-click games that is of questionable quality. It was made by, I believe it's the Learning Company. Hold on, let me look that up. Thank you for the 9/11, Risque. Agatha Christie. Okay, Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None. Was developed by AWE Productions and published by the Adventure Company. Oh no, I didn't hear it. Huh. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Okay. Interesting. I will. I'll figure out the sound alerts between the end of stream today and Saturday. It was released in North America on October 27th, 2005, and in the UK, February 10th, 2006, and it was also released on the Nintendo Wii in 2008. Anyway, we're going to get into the game. I have to play it on full screen because DXWND is annoying and would not let me resize the window beyond, like, this big of a window in the corner. So, self-safe, but so you're gonna have to let me know if you can hear it. Also, if you can see it. Gotta hop on desktop so I can sit there. Audible and visible. Robin, thank you for the sub. Oh, we got a hype train. We're 25%. There are a lot of noises happening in my ears right now. I'm gonna... Oh. Okay. Oh. Yes, thank you for the sub. Sure, that looks good. Captions, yes. Shadows, yes. Animated water, fog, rain and lightning. Yeah, that's fine. Hello, Danny. Welcome in. Alright, we're just gonna get into it. Oh, this cutscene. Struggling. Wow, look at those graphics. They're so realistic.
I hope my son's antics don't disturb you.
Madam, were it in my power to sentence him to 30 days hard labor, they would not disturb me in the slightest.
Smashing day for it. On holiday?
No.
Oh, Leslie. It isn't true. Oh, beg pardon, ma'am.
Miss.
Yes, of course, yes. Have to be, wouldn't it?
Damn fool. I suppose I'll be expected to tend to his wounds after he piles up, and for no fee at that.
thought that carman was flirting.
No one injured, at least. No apparent damage to the cars. Young fool must lead a charmed life.
That's the lot. My money's on the servants. The servant's usually always the guilty one in the end.
Risque, thank you for the sub. Toe Jam, thank you
Welcome
for
to
the sub.
Sticklehaven, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Davis, the harbour master.
Sorry. Waiting for me.
That's everyone then. The other bags are already on board the boat there.
Once this cutscene is over, I'm going to turn the brightness down because it is very bright on my end.
All set, Narracot.
Ready, sir.
Right. I'll leave it to you then. Sea's calm. Should be a pleasant
I
crossing.
think the bald guy did a crime.
If you leave now, there's a squall coming. I can smell it.
It's your favorite Agatha Christie book. Well, this game takes some creative liberties, that's for sure.
Why is it called
Yeah.
Shipwreck Island?
Well, the weather can turn nasty quickly. There are many submerged rocks, lots of wrecks hereabouts, and that big rock at the tip is said to resemble a beached schooner. The locals call it Ship Rock.
You're not from around these parts, then, Mr. Narracot?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay, I guess that's Shiprock. I guess I can see that it looks like a boat.
It'll never
I
work.
can already tell, yeah.
If you would be so good as to follow that path up to the house, my wife will show you to your rooms. I expect you'd all like to freshen up after your journey. Where's Fred?
Under the weather. I took his place.
You'd be the brother then. I see the resemblance. Will you help me with the bags?
Yes. I've been hoping to get a look at the house.
Chapter 1. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9.
Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Narracot. Everything and everyone nicely in place. I must say I don't much like these clouds. I expect you should be heading back without delay.
Now it begins. Don't worry, Fred. I won't let you down. Oh, just a drizzle. It's going to get much worse.
Let me click Agatha Christie games. This is great. Wait, why is there a... Not the Duolingo bit. Okay. Yeah, there are... So, the Adventure Company made 3 point-and-click Agatha Christie games. There were... And then there were none. Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile. And there are... Oh, yeah, I was going to adjust the brightness. There are a couple Hercule Poirot games that are more recent. Duolingo. People who didn't learn a new language, yeah. They're like... I think there's like 3 Poirot games. It's like Hercule Poirot, the ABC Murders, and there's the First Cases, and I think there's one other one, and then there are even newer versions of Death on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express.
The grass is slippery and the slope is steep. I'd best stick to the path.
Austin323, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so the like biggest difference between this and the book is, or one of them is like this guy that we're playing as does not exist in the book. I guess they needed to make someone who like is an outsider observing the and such as.
Someone wrecked my boat.
Naricot is a pretty common surname.
Fred
in
won't be
Christie
too
books.
happy about this.
No, the boat. Yeah, I mean, I think the boat's probably fine. I think if you just put something really heavy on the bow, it should be fine. It'll like even out. What is the premise of this game?
Lit. This island isn't as primitive as I imagined. Lit. This island isn't as primitive as I imagined.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Lit. All right, that's funny. So the premise of this game is there are 10 people. Actually, the game will explain. There's like a huge exposition dump coming pretty soon that can explain it way better than I can.
Mr. Naricot, why are you still on the island?
Someone scuttled my boat.
Damn.
Scuttled?
Why are you still
Wrecked,
here?
you mean? But who on earth would do such a thing?
I intend to find out.
But that means, who will come for us on Monday?
Unless this storm lets up, no one.
Dear me, dear me. Come in, come in. You'll catch your death out here. I must help my wife prepare dinner. I'll have her fix you up something in the kitchen.
Thank you.
So one thing about this guy is he's
Where he's going to
always
sleep, I'll
talking about
never
his
know.
wife.
Ethel won't like this one bit.
My wife, my wife.
It's an albatross. I can't say I'm particularly fond of the painting. The subject matter doesn't interest me.
Oh. Okay, I thought it was pretty cool, but okay. Walking stick with a bear's head handle.
Nothing else to see about that.
Okay, I guess there's nothing we can look at.
Fresh flowers. Quite pretty.
Alright.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really. I can't see anything of interest. It's a rather ostentatious painting.
It's a rather ostentatious painting. Yeah, I really liked playing this game as a kid. Objectively, it is not the
Place
best
for
game
everything, and everything in its place.
in terms of like a lot. You know, graphics, the plot is okay, I guess. There are some parts later on where the logic is a little ridiculous. Oh, a flashlight, perfect. But I really liked playing it. That's what I'm always saying, can't have enough radiators. Ask your doctor if having more than enough radiators is alright for you.
10 little sailor boys. Charming. It's a rather ostentatious painting.
Okay, I guess that's all he has to say about the paintings. He said, if it's not of an albatross, I'm not going to say anything about it, actually. Alright, can we go in the kitchen?
It'll never work, I tell you. We should never have agreed. A house party only a week after we arrive? And no other help?
Ethel, calm yourself.
You promised me. Never again, you said.
How was I to know?
Was I to know?
Ah, Mr. Naricot. Ethel will be preparing you a meal in here once the guests are served.
Ethel Kane cameo. Yeah, one thing about this game, and you could take this as a positive or a negative, is that you can pick up basically any item right away. There are a couple things that it won't let you pick up, but like we can just pick up the copper wire fruit basket without knowing why we need it, which I like because I actually pick up the butler. I actually don't like ridiculous backtracking in games, so I like that I can just come in the kitchen and pick everything up right away.
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
Pick up the house. Yeah, we'll just pick up the house and swim back to the mainland. All right, so we got the cheesecloth, cheese wheel covered in cheesecloth.
Back to their original state.
Now, this is one of the more ridiculous, I'm gonna call it puzzles. It's not really a puzzle. The only reason I know to do this is because I have played this game multiple times before. We get the large metal scoop, and we dig through the flour.
There are some batteries buried under here.
And we find the batteries for the flashlight in the flour.
Let's hope that holds.
The flour's just really out there. Yeah, we just got a pocket full of flour. Oh yeah, who buries batteries in flour? Yeah, I don't know. I guess somebody maybe dropped them in there, but why would you be carrying batteries around in the pantry to begin with? Got a pocket full of flour. Batteries wet, throw them in.
To go out in that storm now would be reckless and foolhardy.
Okay. Alright, you got anything to say?
Mr. Rogers, I was wondering if I might have a word.
Perhaps you'd find one of the guests with more free time to chat. None of them are doing any work.
Okay, fuck you too then, I guess. Let's go to the father race. Alright, so there's the dining room. We can go in here. Let's go this way.
Your shot, Judge.
Yes. You haven't left me much, I confess.
I knew judges listened to confessions. I never knew they made them as well.
Oh, some judges may have cause. Some doctors as well, I expect.
This man looks like a bullfrog. He just looks like a frog to me.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Please, Mr. Narracott, this is a time for concentration, not conversation.
Okay. Fine then.
Locked.
Okay.
Not that I'd want to play, even if there was time. I've no talent for the game whatsoever.
I have a desk with my back to the wall, so no one at work knows I'm getting paid to watch games. Welcome in, MLMs. Yes, we were playing your favorite game, and then there were none. We just started, so nothing crazy has happened yet, but best believe. Okay. You'd think that would lead to something, this big cutscene of him walking up the stairs, but no. Alright, we'll go this way. Oh boy, my favorite thing. Looking in people's bedrooms.
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice.
Can't wait for you to find my oversized cocktail shaker. Bathroom with 3 doors is wide. It really is. It's like ensuite, but double. Double the suite, double the fun. MLMs, you did miss that I knew to find the batteries in the flour. I found them right away. One of the
It's tightly locked.
things that I do remember from playing this. Evil batteries. Good luck with the leather harness.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Oh, we're in an ad right now. Okay, actually, we're just gonna wait a second for the ad to be done. We're just gonna... Heather, thank you for the Prime sub. We're just gonna chill in the hallway while the Okay, back, but yeah, this man is dumb. Ad is telling me I'm deficient in magnesium. Actually, I don't want to go down this hallway yet. I just want Patrick to tell me
locked.
how tightly locked
It's locked fast.
the door is. Oh. Okay. We're just gonna peek through the keyhole. Oh.
Yes? Oh, Mr. Narracott, I had a question for you. Have you heard anything in Sticklehaven about this house being set up as a guest house?
No, Miss Brent.
No.
see if this makes
Mrs. Rogers hasn't either. And who are the Owens?
I haven't met them yet.
Would it surprise you to learn neither have Mr. and Mrs. Rogers? It's odd. Very odd. If you'll excuse me, Mr. Narracott, I must make dinner
The
preparations.
animation of her going was really weird. It looked like her hands clipped through each other.
Oh, Mr. Narracott, I thought that you'd left us.
Someone
Shut up,
scuttled
Daphne.
my boat.
I thought you
but
left
that's
us.
dreadful. Surely the harbour master will send another boat when you're missed.
Not in this storm, I'm afraid. And even
This
then,
hoe.
it won't be reported.
Allow the turn.
Why ever
This
not?
hoe.
My brother. He knew I might not be immediately back.
I'm terribly sorry for your trouble.
Timu
The Owens
Daphne,
should be arriving
challenging
shortly.
way. Yeah,
I'm
her
sure you
hair
can
is
get a ride back in
one
that boat.
piece.
If you'll excuse me, I must get ready for dinner.
She's giving the lady from the Wallace and Gromit movie with the Cheeto hair a run for her money in terms of orange hair that is clearly one big piece and not multiple pieces. Okay, anyway. We escort people, we get to choose our hairlines. Let's hear him say it again.
It's tightly locked.
Happy October, everybody.
Locked. It's locked fast.
Okay, anyway, back to bothering people in their rooms. I think we looked at this one. Exclamation point, Locktober.
Narracott? I thought you'd be long gone by now. That storm's getting pretty fierce.
Somebody scuttled my boat.
I saw Blore watching you like a hawk eyes its dinner. Could it have been him?
Possibly.
Any idea why?
I'd rather not say.
Suit yourself. I'd better get ready for dinner.
Now, oh, oops, we can look through this. Who up scuttling they boat? Do you think this guy's boat got scuttled? I can't tell. I think I need him to say it about 5 more times. Just realized I'm corner. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. All right, let's look through the keyhole. Right. Yeah, you ever just roll up to the weekend getaway with your gun and just aim it at the wall in the bedroom of the Airbnb? No, is it just him? I would have thought that was a common occurrence. Okay. Wait, no, I don't want to look at the clock.
This clock has stopped.
This clock is
stopped.
Okay. Alright, let's pick up the piece of paper.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further.
Who up polishing they marble spheres? This bed has no pillows on it, by the way. Oh,
Once a bent copper, always a bent copper. Right, Fred?
You're talking through your
we got
hat.
busted.
You were the Purcell gang's inside man on the force, not my brother.
Your brother? Don't try to kid me, Fred. There's still a handsome reward out for you.
Fred is my brother. I'm Patrick Fane.
No reason for me to believe you that I can see. There's still a big reward out for Fred Fane.
You scuttled my boat to trap me here.
You recognized me, too.
This
I
is
saw
Patrick.
it in your eyes.
Only because Davis showed Fred the passenger list yesterday. I came in my brother's place. We didn't think you might mistake me for him. Fred is 8 years older than me. Look closely,
Look
Blore.
closely, Bull.
You do look young. I noticed that. Thought it must be the sea air.
You were taking the Purcells' bribes for years. After the Landor case, people began to ask questions. The Purcells needed what the Yank detective novels call a fall guy. My brother was framed. You were in the clear.
Your whole story sounds like a detective novel.
I've never stopped trying to clear Fred's name and put you in Dartmoor prison where you belong. Thanks to your greed, I may now have that chance.
Maybe you're Patrick, maybe you're Fred. I don't know, and I don't much care. You're either a criminal, or you've been harboring one all these years. I wonder what my fellow guests will think of that. Go on, Mr. Narracott. Hop it. I need to prepare for dinner.
Right.
Leave before I remove you myself.
All right. Hello, Owen. Welcome. You know, real coincidental you show up. We're talking about the Owens. Is Spowen with you? Do we have both Owens in chat? Is that Adam Sandler in 8 Crazy Nights?
Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it.
See, how do they decide who gets, like, this big-ass bathroom versus the tiny closet bathroom? Let's...
Tile and marble.
Okay.
Quite expensive from the look of it.
We do not have both Owens in chat as of now. Oh my god, he's a vampire. He has no reflection. Well, let's Adam Sandler 8 Crazy Nights. Oh, he does look like... yeah, he does kind of look like Adam Sandler. Oh yeah, this isn't the host. Alright, let's see. Can we go in your room?
I can't open it. It's locked.
Okay, so we've accidentally gone in the bathroom. Not accidentally, we did that on purpose, but like... we already went in here. Okay, I think that's... you have to go this way.
Would you just look at all these silk sheets? All embroidered GS. I'll bet that was that actress who used to live here. But I've dropped them on this filthy floor.
Is this... yes, Yeti Girl, this game did come out on the Wii. I'm playing the PC version. But it did get released on the Wii as well. That's a shame. Well, I'm off.
Can I give you a hand, Mrs. Rogers?
Oh,
Thank
you
you,
dropped the
Mr.
sheets?
Narracott.
Well,
You seem
too
like
bad
a
for
good
you.
sort. I'm sorry for your boat.
Oh, I don't get to keep them.
I can't stop to talk. Too much to do.
Agatha Christie. Yeah, exactly. That's the name of the author, or the writer for this game. Agatha Christie. Alright, so that's the, like, back staircase. Oh, they got Ricky and Lucy beds. No wonder they're so, on edge. The fuck is this yellow thing? Who knows? Alright. Yeah, I guess we will...
I copied the contents into my notebook. I copied the contents into my notebook. I copied the contents into my notebook. I copied the contents into my notebook.
Don't worry, guys. He's copying the contents into his notebook. Alright. I think he copied... yeah, I think he did too. Let's look and make sure. Rogers, Mrs. Owen and I will be giving a little house party this weekend. Only 8 guests. I'm sure you'll manage. Only 8 guests. As someone who's tried to book an Airbnb for about that many people, it's fucking hard, okay? The larder is well stocked and this crowd shouldn't give too much trouble. We'll arrive early Friday so that Mrs. Owen can draw up a suitable menu. Hang on to the accompanying package for me. It's a gramophone record. I'll want to play it for my guests. Ulrich Norman Owen. Okay. But why is the star still there? I read it. Rogers, Mrs. Owen and I will be detained in London this evening. Please do the best you can in our absence. My good lady tells me she wanted the roast for dinner with potatoes and vegetables and the treacle tart for dessert. You'll find everything you need in the pantry, then serve drinks afterwards in the front parlor. You already have the gramophone record. Please play the side labeled Hello once everyone is comfortably settled in the parlor. We'll be along as soon as possible. Ulrich Norman Owen. Dear Dr. Armstrong, you come highly recommended to me by your esteemed colleague, Dr. William Weathersby of Harley Street. I have a great favor to ask. My wife's health appears to be deteriorating. She has for many years now been plagued by arthritis of a very severe sort, and more recently I have observed short bouts of uncontrollable muscle spasms I am unable to explain. Yet she won't hear of seeing a doctor. Oh, she's into the essential oils. I was very much hoping you could join a little weekend house party we have planned for August 8th at our home on Shipwreck Island in South Devon. If you are amenable, a boat will call for you at Sticklehaven to ferry you the short distance to our little hideaway. Please accept the enclosed check of £200 and a small initial retainer. I know you will be able to help her. I promise you your efforts will not go unrewarded. Sincerely, U.N. Owen. So you're bribing him to come to your party. Interesting. Mr. Henry Bloor, as an ex-CID man and now private detective, you come highly recommended to me. It's my wife's jewels, you see. Kelsey, thank you for the sub. She simply won't keep them locked in the safe. And this house party we have coming up has got me worried. I can tell you. Your instructions are as follows. 1. Join the house party my wife and I are giving the week of August 8th on Shipwreck Island off Sticklehaven. Pose as a guest and keep your eyes on the other guests. Dr. Edward Armstrong... Oh my god, this is going to be a long-ass letter. Dr. Edward Armstrong, a Harley Street man. Quite well thought of, I believe. Emily Brent, a spinster lady of strong moral beliefs. Chat, tag yourself. Which one of the guests are you? Vera Claythorne, my wife's new secretary. Philip Longbard, something of an adventurer, I believe. General Mackenzie, a retired military man. Anthony Marston, the sportsman, younger son of a minor dukedom, a long way from any worthwhile title or any worthwhile occupation from the sound of him. Judge Wargrave, recently retired, supposed to be an absolute tyrant in the courtroom. A rum lot, if you ask me, but they are my wife's guests, so I am stuck with them. There is also a butler and housekeeper by the name of Thomas and Ethel Rogers. We hired them through the Regina Agency in Plymouth. I'm the scuttled boat. They seem trustworthy enough, but who knows? 3. Keep an eye on them all, and the jewels I'm sure my wife will have on display at every possible opportunity. Is this a burn book? This is actually the Death Note. I've enclosed what I understand is your standard retainer. If the weekend goes without incident, there will be a sizable bonus as well. Yours truly, Ulrich Norman Owen. I walked in on him. Damn, Patrick. She seems quite upset at the prospect of certain events repeating themselves. Interesting that we know this about Anthony Marston, even though we weren't the one who saw... My god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Plants, thank you for the follow. Mitri, thank you for the gay little minky raid. That just scared the shit out of me. It's so haggy out here. Thank you for the shout out to Old Sea Hag. Welcome in. Okay, we can look at the sink, but... And then there were some Raiders. See, even this bathroom is pretty nice, like, compared to the one for the guests. I'm not saying that they don't deserve a nice bathroom. I'm just saying the size of the bathroom is disproportionate to the number of guests that are using it. Like, that one is definitely big enough for a couple people to use, and yet there's only at most 2. And then there's the one, the like double ensuite. It was like an airplane bathroom. Why does this game look incredible? I mean, I was ragging on the graphics a little bit earlier, but like for 2006, it's pretty standard, and I guess just getting it to run on the nuclear reactor PC that I have. Where am I going? I already forget what I'm doing. Graphics remind me of Siberia. No, not this way. Remind you of Siberia. Okay.
To go out in that storm now would be reckless and foolhardy.
Okay. We won't go. Calm down. Okay. I think this is the room with the pool table. Yeah.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Once again, happy October, everybody. Oh, is this the... We found the oversized cocktail shaker. MLMs, you don't have to worry anymore. We found it. It is now in our possession. You ever played Titanic Adventure Out of Time? That came out in 1996. I have not, but I have seen people play it.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
Oh, but what if you...
No need to call unnecessary attention
what if you
to my
did,
snooping.
though?
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Come on,
I
have a
shouldn't do
little
that.
drink.
I need to have my wits about me.
One of my favorite PC games of all time, 1,000 out of 10. I'll have to look into it. All right. So we can't take the ice buckets or these, like, other things with the bar set, but we can take 3 glasses, because surely they will not notice 3 drinking glasses missing from the table when all they have are 3 drinking glasses.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, one thing about these early 2000s point-and-click adventure games is you're going to be fixing a radio. And then there were none glasses. Ham radio, exactly, yeah. So here's the poem. It's the inspiration for the title of stream. Here, I will read it. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8. 8 little sailor boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7. 7 little sailor boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6. 6 little sailor boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. 5 little sailor boys going in for law. One got in chancery, and then there were 4. Yeah, that's the slant rhyme is quite slant, and that's the plot of My Girl. He can't see without his glasses. Anyway, 4 little sailor boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were 3. 3 little sailor boys walking in the zoo. A big bear hugged one, and then there were 2. Happy Pride Month. 2 little sailor boys sitting in the sun. One got frizzled up, and then there was 1. 1 little sailor boy left all alone. He went and hanged himself, and then there were none. Such a good book, though. Yes, that's what I've been hearing. I've never actually read the book, so maybe I should read it. Anyway, this is the poem. Where we got the name from. Now, one of my biggest complaints about this game is getting into this little carpeted area is a fucking pain in the ass, especially when, like, there are going to be people sitting and standing around here, and it'll be pain to try and do anything with it. I wonder if we can do this now.
Let's
hope
that holds.
All right. We've put the flour in the turkey baster. You know, as one does. Can I open?
I can't take that apart.
Nope. Okay, great. What is a small packet of sewing needles?
I'm afraid it's stuck that way. I see nothing remarkable.
Okay. Old Sea Hag, thank you for the sub. Yes, I do have emotes now, by the way. You can, excuse me, look and explore them. Can I go? Uh-oh, only one more founder patch left. Yes, the Hex Girl, the 3 emotes that I added today that I was waiting for one to get approved were the Hex Girls. So it approved Dusk and... No, it approved Thorn and Luna right away, but for whatever reason, Dusk... Paris, thank you for the sub. We've reached our sub goal of 10. It kept Dusk, like it needed to approve it. I don't know why. Like, it approved the other 2 right away. Okay. I'm pretty sure...
I can't think what Mr. Rogers would say if dinner was late.
Well, girl, you're just standing here Blair Witching the fucking linen closet. Maybe get on that. Streganina, welcome in. Been working, but he came in with the meteor raid. Hello, Lynn. Welcome in. And then there were none more spots left in the Founders Club. And I'm always saying that.
It's locked fast.
Happy October.
I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
I said happy October, Kelsey. I don't know what Locktober is. That sounds dirty. In this Christian Minecraft server, why would you bring that depravity in here? The island got its name by being shaped like a wrecked ship. It also downed more than a few unwary boats in its day. How fun. It's a month for mystery solvers.
Locked.
Do you guys remember like a year ago when people were using Locktober to be like, oh, we gotta lock in and like really focus, and so all of these guys were like, yeah, I celebrate Locktober, and everybody who knew what Locktober was were like, that's funny. Just ask Riskman. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I gotta do... Well, can we knock on his door again?
Not now, please. I'm preparing for dinner.
Okay, sorry.
My wife is indisposed, not receiving visitors
Oh, sorry.
today.
I didn't
Your
even
wife,
knock on his door.
sir?
What?
Your wife?
My wife, yes. Leslie. I'm sorry, my boy. I was wool gathering, miles away. My apologies. Must dress for dinner now. Send my orderly to me, if you will. No, that's not right. What was I thinking?
My wife.
I must get ready for dinner now.
Yeah, this guy also talks about his wife a lot.
That sounds like the dinner bell.
Like a lot.
Mr. Narracott, unfortunately, we are not prepared for your presence at dinner. I would be most happy to deliver you a sandwich later this evening, if that will do.
That will be fine, Rogers. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get to serving.
By all means.
The fuck is up with the, like, design of the
I can hear them
texture
all
of
in the
his
dining room
pants?
chattering. I can't quite make out what they're saying. This might be a good time to explore the house more thoroughly.
Wait. No, turn on.
It's a sturdy cast iron
Wait,
stove.
thank you, that's not what I wanted. I want you to turn around. Okay. He's shy. Like, you can't see it, but like in the cutscene, the way his pants were designed, it's like like there's a separate bit of denim like between his legs. Maybe it's to accommodate the cage. Maybe it's, you know, one of those old maiden type of situations. Alright, let's use the glass on the door.
Perhaps another time.
Okay, fine then. If you tell me you can't hear them...
Aha! With my ear against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Wine, Doctor?
No, thank you, Rogers. I never touch alcohol. Except for sterilizing wounds or instruments, of course.
I tried to collect some apples from an orchard on the island, but a bee stung me. I'm afraid I dropped the basket and ran. No need to apologize. I myself am dreadfully allergic to bees, wasps, hornets. I'm sorry to hear there are bees here. Oh, you must take care. There's all sorts of those bee house things. What do you call it?
An apiary.
Oh, I thought that was for monkeys.
Ethel!
That line is so fucking
Miss
funny.
Claythorne.
I thought that
We've
was
never
for
met, but I do
monkeys.
seem to recall your name.
Welcome in.
Oh?
It's Lee, right?
From when I stayed
I
at that
recognize your
stuffy
name
old
from
hotel near St.
Polly,
Treadney.
I
Do
think.
you know it?
No.
But
No, I don't
welcome
think
in.
so.
Really? How extraordinary. I was so shocked.
Narracott says he's not Fred Fane, but his brother. It may well be, but he bears watching.
Seems like such a nice man.
They said the same thing about Stevenson, the child murderer. I confess I've never met our host, Mr. Owen. What kind of a man is he? Rogers?
We haven't seen the Owens either, sir. We were only engaged a week ago by letter and asked to make the house ready.
Misha, but I
So
go
no
by
one
Lee
has
as
actually
well.
met the Owens.
How extraordinary.
I, for one, will have some sharp questions for the Owens when they do arrive.
Ethel has this like giant Mickey Mouse ass bow tie thing on. Order engagement. But yes, Lee, this game came out in like 2006. Made by the Adventure Company. They also have Death on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express. Okay, so am I supposed to like... Oh wait, can I just raid the fridge?
The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
Okay, I guess not. Hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
It won't help my brother if I'm drowned in the storm.
Come on, have a little drowning is fun.
It's a press. Looks like it can hold quite a large amount of fruit.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh my god. Maybe snoop some more? They don't have anything. Let's go upstairs. Oh, maybe we can take the sheets now.
These are very expensive linens. I bet they're very strong.
Okay, now we've got the turquoise sheets. Let's see. Ha! You left your door unlocked. I'm gonna come in. Go through your stuff. We have a pouch of tobacco.
It's a marble sculpture of an elephant.
Great. Can we take it? We're taking everything else. Anything that isn't nailed down.
I see nothing remarkable.
Okay, great. Bowl section of a pipe.
I don't think going through that would help.
Don't think
Either
going
he's
through
innocent,
that will
in
help.
which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or
It's
he's
like me in
guilty
Skyrim
and
or
surely
Baldur's
wouldn't be
Gate 3.
daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
If it can be stolen, it's in my bags. Wargrave's letter of invitation.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Alright. One thing about Naraka is he be copying the contents into his notebook. Can we go on the balcony? Oh, we can. There's the bathroom. Oh, this guy's room again. I always thought this room was the nicest room. Like, I really liked this guy's room. I don't know, the blue... Left a duck out. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for stopping in. This guy is calling people innocent and guilty before anything happens. He's just, based on the vibes, based on the vibes of their suitcase, you know, this guy's got stickers on his suitcase. You know, a criminal wouldn't put stickers on his suitcase. Though, at this point in the game, we don't actually know about the crimes. The crimes haven't happened yet. Oh, we can take his notebook. Give me that.
I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook.
He just copied the whole notebook into his notebook. I hope he's got a big notebook. The blue room is one of the only rooms with pillows. Maybe that's why I liked it, because most of these rooms don't have pillows. Okay.
I guess Owen made sure no clocks in the house are working. This one is stopped.
They all appear to be at 9 p.m. Oh.
It's modern. I don't like it personally, although I suppose it fits in with the rest of the house.
It does. Tell me in what way this bowling alley carpet ass painting fits in with the rest of the house. Give me one room where this would look like somewhat normal.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through his luggage. I better not.
Okay, so this guy is apparently not necessarily innocent. He's just would be angry if we looked through his shit.
I copied the contents into my notebook. A hawk with a fish in its talons. The bird theme is starting to get to me.
The telescope. I think it was Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick. Oh, okay. Oh, is that a brass telescope in your pants, or are you just happy to see me, Patrick? Ow.
That's an interesting clock. A shame it doesn't seem to work.
Bear clock. Oh, I think he's gonna absolutely read the owner of this.
This is a fairly sparse makeup case. Vera isn't the type to use much makeup, though.
Oh, it's the other one. Yeah, so Vera is the Timu Daphne, and one thing about Patrick is that he is down bad for Vera.
It would be incredibly improper for me to go through a lady's luggage.
So bad.
I won't do it.
Down so bad.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through her luggage. I'd better not.
Vera is Dorfney.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Alright, more contents in the notebook.
I'd almost swear I recognize that chap. Does he have the eyes of a killer?
I love how he mentioned, like, nobody has died yet. Like, what do you mean a killer?
I think I recognize this lady. Perhaps she owned the house in the past. Who knows? She may still.
Preventative measures.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Alright, let's see what we got. Or that one, this one. Dearest Lawrence, it has been such years since I heard anything of you. I'm back in England and have just purchased a marvelously odd, thoroughly modern Millie home on Shipwreck Island of South Devon. You must come for the weekend. It's an enchanting place and we have so much to catch up on. The old days, communing with nature. The eyes of Achilles. The fucking thing from Pikmin. Communing with nature? Well, I don't see you communing with children in nature. Although, of course, that has always been more in my line. Get out of that stuffy flat and come bask in the sunshine with me and a few other amazing guests the weekend of August 8th. You take the 12:40 from Paddington, change at Plymouth for Oak Bridge. A car will meet you there. I won't take no for an answer. Yours ever, Constance Culmington. Listening while I do some dishes. Hello, Lauren. Welcome in. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the 12:40 from Paddington, then you're going to get on the 305 for all my Half Moon Joe fans out there. Alright, let's go this way. Bathroom. Okay. Okay, blue toilet seat.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really.
Radiator.
A radiator.
You can't have enough of them, really.
Various toiletries. Nothing of interest that I can see.
Oh. Let's put the pipe together.
I should have thought of that sooner.
I should have thought of that sooner. Panda, thank you for the follow. Like, dude, you just found the stem of the pipe. What do you mean you should have thought of that sooner? You couldn't have thought of that sooner. Also, this bathroom doesn't have a tub. Speaking of thoroughly modern Millie, it was just Julie Andrews' 90th birthday. Wow. Here we are. Yeah. So, when I was a kid, I thought this room was Vera's room because, you know, purple.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through her luggage. I'd better not. It's a small waste paper bin. It's empty.
You know, I thought they would put the girl who wears purple in the purple room. It, you know, made sense. Oh, this bed also has pillows. This must be where all the pillows go, is on this bed, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pillows, including this tube, pillow tube. Okay, I think this is the makeup kit that he's gonna, like, read to filth.
This is quite a makeup supply. Emily must be more concerned with aging than she lets on.
I think Twitch is glitching for me. I've hit the follow button twice now, and it still isn't showing me as following. Yeah, it doesn't say that you're following on my end, Lee. That is weird. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Lee, thank you for the follow. Yeah, he really just said, okay, old, with all your fucking makeup. Still look old, though. Oh, the Bible. Perfect. So glad we found that.
This could use a closer look.
This could use a closer look. To whom it may concern, please be advised that my patient, Miss Emily Caroline Brent, is extremely allergic to insect stings, most particularly bees and wasps. She carries with her a supply of epinephrine. The dosage on the label must be injected immediately should she be stung, and professional medical attention summoned without delay. Dr. Marbury Moats? The day I met Julie Andrews was one of the most amazing and embarrassing of my life. Hello, dear. This video games based on Agatha Christie. That is wonderful. I am glad people still read the classics instead of reading furry fan fictions. Love you. Hello, Rabbit. Welcome in. Yes. Yeah, my grandson is too busy reading the furry fan fictions. He says, I can't click the book. I must read on the internets. It's very disappointing. Back in my day, we didn't read such depraved filth. I think we already went there. How did you get to meet Julie Andrews, Lee? And how do I get to meet Julie Andrews? Because I would like to meet Julie Andrews. We're in the pink room, I guess.
It's a rather bland landscape.
Okay. Well, why don't you buy the house and you can decorate it how you want then, dude? One of my fave fanfics of all time is just called I Am Groot, and the whole fanfic is just I Am Groot in different inflections. I think you have to go to Genovia for that. Damn it. Well, good thing I have my passport.
It appears to be a portrait of the general. Must be quite old. He's standing with a very young woman. It's signed, To John, my husband, Leslie.
She was doing an afternoon with question and answer session in Dublin, and I got VIP tickets for it. Ooh. Okay. So this man just travels with a picture of him and his wife. I mean, his wife is dead, so I guess, like, okay. And like, he's clearly, like, not over it and is shook up about it. So I get it, but it's, like, I don't know. It's just it's signed like you would sign a photo for a fan. But I mean, I guess he was probably a fan of his wife, so I get it. Alright, where's your letter? There it is. Do you think when they got here they all were instructed to leave the letter, like, easily accessible on a surface? She's also 98 and does know how smartphones work. Or do you think they all just decided on their own, like, I'm gonna put my letter out on the table. I just feel like I have to do that. So got to meet her, and I got really overcome with emotion and burst into tears. She said there's no need to cry and handed me a tissue. I wiped my eyes and blew my nose, thanked her, and handed her the tissue back. She was lovely about it and put it in her handbag and walked off. My mother was fit to kill me. How long do you think she kept the tissue in her purse?
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Like, do you think, like, years later she was, like, cleaning out the purse and is like, why is there a used tissue in here?
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Okay, do we think he's gonna copy the contents of the Bible into his notebook, yes or no? What are we thinking? Yes? Alright, let's find out. No. Okay, so we're torn.
I see nothing remarkable.
No. He said, I'm not doing all that. Okay, we read that one. My dear General Mackenzie, I'm giving a little house party here on Shipwreck Island on the 8th of August. A couple of your old cronies are coming. Spoof Leggard and Johnny Dyer. Spoof Leggard. Changing my name to Spoof Leggard. They suggested I invite you as well. They mentioned they would love to have a talk with you about your days together during the Great War. Something about finally clearing the air, owing you an apology. None of my business, of course, but they especially wanted me to add that last bit. Beyond that, the weather is lovely this time of year. I'm sure I can promise you a relaxing and entertaining weekend. By the by, if you've heard the rumors, they're true. The island was used by the Admiralty before we bought it. All very hush-hush. Spoof and Johnny... my god. May know more. Take the train to Oakbridge. A car will meet you there. Very truly yours, UN Owen. Okay, so he fucking lied to this man, to this vulnerable man with the dead wife, so he would come to this murder mystery Airbnb party. Dear Miss Brent, I hope you do remember me. We were together at Bellhaven Guest House in August some years ago, and we seem to have so much in common. I'm starting a guest house of my own off an island on an island off the coast of Devon. I think there really is an opening for a place where there is good plain cooking and a nice old-fashioned type of person. None of this nudity and gramophones half the night. Like, random sentence in there. I shall be very glad if you can see your way to spending your summer holiday on Shipwreck Island free as my guest. Would early in August suit you? Perhaps the 8th? Yours sincerely, UN Owen. Dear Miss Claythorne, I have received your name from the Skilled Women's Agency together with their recommendation. I understand they know you personally. I shall be glad to pay you the salary you ask and shall expect you to take up your duties as my secretary on August 8th. The train is the 12:40 from Paddington mentioned, and you will be met at Oakbridge Station. I enclose £5 notes for expenses. Yours truly, Nancy Owen. Nancy Drew. She's the killer. She finally snapped. Where was that one? Captain... It's up to you as Nancy Drew. Captain Lombard, let this serve as the formal agreement between us. As I mentioned by telephone, it is understood by my client that you are a resourceful man in a tight place, as you proved several years ago in East Africa, and more than a few times elsewhere in various other corners of the world. You may rest assured my client knows your accomplishments very well. I am empowered to pay you the enclosed 100 guineas in return, for which you will travel to Sticklehaven, Devon, on August 8th, where a motor launch will convey you to Shipwreck Island. There you will hold yourself at the disposal of my client for not more than 1 week. Sincerely, Archibald Morris, Solicitor, Gray's Inn. I found a new... he had to, like, write this down for himself. I found a newspaper clipping in Vera's bedroom. It read as follows. August 12th, 1935, Cyril Hamilton, aged 8, has drowned in a swimming accident off the coast near Plymouth. He was being watched by his governess, Miss Vera Claythorne, but swam out too far before he could be stopped. Police have questioned her and the child's brother, Hugo Hamilton, aged 24, who was also present at the time. Both were found innocent of any negligence. It goes on to mention funeral arrangements and an address for donations. None of that is my concern. Dr. Armstrong, Emily Brent, Vera Claythorne, Philip Lombard, General Mackenzie, CMG DSO, Anthony Marston, Justice Wargrave, Manservant and Wife. That's Sabrina's new album, right? Manservant and Wife. Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, Dr. Edward Armstrong, flourishing practice in Harley Street, rumor of some misstep early in his career, but now highly regarded by colleagues and patients, very well-to-do, unlikely jewel thief. Emily Brent, spinster with enough private means to keep her comfortable, makes frequent pilgrimages to various watering holes, stays in moderate accommodation, some scandal attached to one of her former serving girls, but the old lady is clean, long shot to be a jewel thief. Vera Claythorne, former governess, until a charge died in her care, unsuccessful trying to find teaching position, hired as Mrs. Owen's secretary, hard up enough she might have sticky fingers around her employer's possession, bears watching. Philip Lombard, checkered army career, something of a mercenary, enjoys living higher than he can afford, probably wouldn't hesitate at a bit of larceny if the opportunity presented itself. General John Mackenzie, long retired, distinguished Army record, but some rumors concerning his wife and a young officer who later died in action in the Great War, wife also deceased. Not my first choice for a thief, though you never can tell when the old one's minds start to go. Anthony Marston, rich brat, old family. Youngest son though, so no title or estates in his future. Playboy, right-wing politics. Never see him in the trenches if it comes to war with Germany again. Might steal on a bet, I suppose. Justice Lawrence Wargrave, distinguished jurist, ruled his court like a private fiefdom, respected but not liked by colleagues. Sent more than a few villains to the gallows. Not a man to get on the wrong side of. If he's a jewel thief, I'll eat my hat. Thomas and Ethel Rogers' former employer died. Inquest was a bit rough on them, but their inheritance wasn't much, so no charges brought. Most likely suspects if jewels go missing. New servants, big temptation, particularly if their expectations were higher before this other employer died. August 8th, 4 p.m. I come down here to do a bit of work, and who do I find running the bleeding boat? Fred Narracott. I don't think he recognized me. We only saw each other a couple times when we was on the force together before his little trouble. Still, with a warrant for his arrest and that tidy reward, too. I'll have to trap him here on the island where I can keep an eye on him. He may be an accomplice in the planned theft. They won't be getting away with any jewels while I'm on the job. First things first, I need to put that boat out of commission before he finishes bringing up the bags. So, mustache, blue shirt guy, scuttled the boat. Wait. Bathroom.
I see nothing remarkable.
Okay. Can we... Okay, actually, we can.
I see nothing remarkable.
Okay, fine then. This room is very yellow. They just picked one color and stuck with it for all of these rooms.
Nothing else to see about that.
All right, more shit to add to the notebook.
This could use a closer look.
Oh, no.
This bears a closer look.
King James Song of Solomon 3. Oh, we have a King James Bible here. I don't think there's anything we can do with it right now.
There is no cause for that. Nothing else to see about that. I see nothing remarkable.
Okay, fine.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Marston's telegram. Tony, get out your dinner jacket and polish your shoes. I've nosed out an invitation for us on the August 8th weekend, the Owens. You don't know them. New money, I'm afraid. But they do well in drinks and dinner, and there are usually a few sweet young things about to spice up the scenery. Okay, great. You can try out that new motor of yours on the winding lanes of Devon. I'll be along later. If you don't pile it up again, get thee to Sticklehaven. Just head south till you hit water. Boat will be waiting. Your never humble servant, Badger Berkeley. Okay, this bed also has pillows. So, I guess maybe you just gotta be lucky, and then you'll get a pillow. Did we already go in here? What about here? Yeah, we already went in here.
Interesting ashtray. Birds everywhere.
Okay. Oh. Wait, could we go? I don't think we could go in here before.
It's a book holder. Seems like a long time since it's been used.
Okay, that's very bright.
Shipwreck Island.
Warning, strong currents make these waters unsafe for
Those
swimming.
currents appear quite deadly.
Warning, strong currents. Shipwreck Sammy?
Sticklehaven. Hopefully I'll live to see the place again.
At 69. Nice. Can we look at the books?
Wargrave on Justice. I can only imagine the egotism that lurks within those pages.
Guess not. Oh, we can take a book. Here we go. Book, Birding on Devon Shores.
Property of Teresa Robson. I transcribed the interesting passages into my notebook. A rather beautifully made globe of the world.
Okay, let's take a look at the desk.
The drawer is locked.
Be October. Return to author with regrets. What the fuck? Why is it? There's a ink stamp and ink pad.
They don't get along.
They don't get along.
I can't see anything of interest.
Okay. We're just taking that. I don't think we have a key. Bulb.
Let me examine this further.
Powerful friends. Want to shine some light on the matter? Flowery speeches may win you a few friends. U.N. Owen.
This could use a closer look.
Okay. Map. Great. Tape. How do I leave? Oh.
That looks like the jetty here on the island. He looks quite happy. She a little less so.
They both look kind of grumpy to me, but okay. Navigating the Panama locks.
I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook.
Great. No, put the book away, dude. And a history of the South Devon coast.
I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook.
Page 8. For a leisurely hunt on the placid shores of Slapton Lee. Pied Avocet. Recurvirostra avaceta. The plentiful pied avocets that once frequented the brackish inlets have now disappeared from the island completely. This is unfortunate, but there is hope for a remedy. As of this writing, there are talks of recolonization from the continent underway. Excuse me. The prospects of success for such a venture, however, are not good, as proven by the wide-scale failed attempt to reintroduce... ... Page 15. Although, with a great number of wetland birds, the total number varies annually depending on the amount of seasonal flooding. Sparrowhawk, Accipiter nisus, a small bird of prey in the family... Accipitridae. It is widespread with those indigenous to the northern climes being migratory. The sparrowhawk is a raptor with short wings and a long tail, giving it the necessary agility to maneuver through the dense... Why does he never the dense what? Through the dense? Page 49. With a thick seed-eater's bill, the male's head is colored bright yellow with a black eye stripe and throat. Its back is heavily streaked with broad brown stripes. The female has a grayish rump and shoulders. They are ground nest builders and typically lay clutches of 2 to 5 eggs. The call of the surlbunting is easily recognizable by its rattling trill. Once driven near extinction, they are currently enjoying a population boom in and around South Hams. All I heard was throat and rump. Hello. History of the South Devon coast, page 17. Fishing villages dot the south coast of Devon, tucked into bays and protective mouths of rivers. The rugged cliffs, pounded by heavy sea and skirted by treacherous currents, certainly have seen more than their share of shipwrecks over the centuries. Page 94. After 1815, soldiers returning from the Napoleonic Wars took up smuggling in the area. Shipwreck Island, due to its isolated nature, became a base for smuggling and wrecking operations. The gang of smugglers and wreckers lived in stone huts in a cove on the southwestern side of the island. There is rumored to be a system of natural caves that the gang used to store its plunder within. The gang, led by one Thomas Lawler, was eventually brought to a... No. I'm going to try that again. The gang, led by one Thomas Lawler, was eventually brought to account, and Lawler was hanged in 1821. Navigating the Panama locks. Opened on August 15, 1914, cutting 7,872 miles from the journey of a ship sailing from New York to San Francisco. Each lock is 300 meters long and 33 meters wide. The walls range in thickness from 15 meters at the base to 3 meters at the top. Originally, the locks were only planned to be 28.5 meters wide, but in 1908, the United States Navy... ... This is like Mamma Mia with all the ... Page 48, entering from the Bay of Panama on the Pacific Ocean side of the Isthmus. The ship will travel the 50 miles of canal through a series of 6 locks and 2 lakes, first climbing through the Miraflores Lock to Miraflores Lake, the Pedro Miguel Locks to the Gatun Lake, then descending through the Gatun Locks to the Atlantic. Page 96, ... Landslides. Raised only 26 meters to Gatun Lake, the terrain was merciless. More than 4,000 wagons, each wagon capable of carrying 15 cubic meters of rock and soil, were used for the removal of excavated material. They were pulled by 160 locomotives. 30 Lidgerwood unloaders were needed to unload them. Page 162. $352 million became the largest expenditure of the United States government to that date. The French cost was $287 million. Hold on one second. The expense in lives was also the greatest in United States history. 80,000 persons took part in the construction of the canal. 30,000 lost their lives. Still, at the moment the SS Ancon began its historic voyage through the locks. ... We already read that one. Okay. I think... Or is there something on the table? Yeah. Wow, it really is Locktober. Diary.
Normally, I would never violate someone's privacy this way. However, given the circumstances, I will examine the entries for clues and transcribe any passages I find pertinent.
So, he copied the other guy's diary, no problem, but he found a diary that, like, given the fact that it's in the office of the house, is like, well, normally I wouldn't do this, but... Yeah, Robson's diary. ... That whole section of the house isn't really important to me anymore. I rarely venture past the game room. Despite his feeble protests, I know he wouldn't really want me invading his private sanctum, but really, you could not find a more cliched way to conceal a secret passageway. I wonder if Elmer has any sense at all. I often wonder if Elmer has any sense at all. He might as well live at sea. It's the only place where he seems in control of his faculties. Truly, the albatross is the most grateful bird in motion. A photograph does it absolutely no justice. Most other birds that turn up on this benighted fly speck of an island look completely absurd flitting about. I must get away from here. I feel cooped up. If Elmer doesn't change his ways, and soon... he may discover how like an albatross I can be. Alexa, play I'm Like a Bird by Nelly Furtado. Elmer tried to get me on the schooner again this afternoon. I barely made it to the dock. It's absurd, really, but I feel as if the entire ocean were a gaping, bottomless pit, and any boat, no matter how large or seaworthy, is still little more than a leaf capable of being sucked into that smothering darkness at any moment. Make sure your boats have flared bases before you put them in the gaping pit that is the ocean. Elmer can be stubborn, but at least he gives in to reason eventually. We are selling the house to Gabrielle Steele, the actress, and moving back to the mainland. Although I dread the ensuing trip across the channel, I told him I can certainly bear it knowing I never have to go near another island. Of course, it was just like Elmer to point out that England is an island. Very funny. I cannot say I'm much taken with Miss Steele. She sauntered through the house today as if she already owned it, practically ignoring us. She came with 2 small bookish men who followed her around like lapdogs. One of them was furiously taking notes as the diva dictated her grandiose plans for parts of the house, making no secrets of her dislike of certain aspects, my precious birds, and her ideas of remodeling. A screening room? I can imagine her spending countless hours in there watching her own films, basking in her own brilliance. God forbid a woman has a hobby, am I right?
To go out in that storm now would be reckless and foolhardy.
Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Anyway, he really does not want to go outside. Maybe the screening room is open? Oh, more radiators. No,
It's tightly locked.
we cannot go in there. Happy October, it's tightly locked. This one. There's more to listen to.
Aha! With my ear against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Did anyone else see the poem over the fireplace?
10 little sailor boys. Yes, I saw it.
And here before us as the centerpiece of our table are the 10 little sailor boys themselves, all looking correct and polished.
I like a neat and tidy house, Your Honor.
Robson, the man who built this house, was a sailor. Perhaps Mr. Owen inherited them from him.
Another question for Mr. Owen.
As I remember, the rhyme was about soldier boys. Highly inappropriate, as I recall.
There are many variations.
You seem to know quite a bit about it, Miss Claythorne.
I was a governess before seeking secretarial work. Governesses spend a lot of time with nursery rhymes.
All gratuitously gruesome, if you ask me. So much violence in the world today.
Sometimes violence is necessary, Miss Brent.
There speaks a soldier for you.
A realist, Miss Brent, not a dreamer. If action needs to be taken, I, for one, am fully prepared to take it.
Excuse me,
How
10
does the
little
famous
soldier
rhyme
boys
go?
dancing so fine.
Must
One
we
cranked it
harp on
too
this
hard,
topic at
and then
dinner?
there were 9.
Miss Brent may be right, Mr. Marston. The rhyme is a bit gruesome. It's there over the fireplace in the parlor if you care to have a look later.
If you think so. Excellent meal, Rogers. My compliments to both you and your good woman. You've done your employers proud.
Thank you, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Most gratifying, I'm sure. After dinner drinks will be served in the front parlor.
I think Soldier Boy is in jail. I feel like I saw he just got arrested.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. This is your host, UN Owen. You are charged with the following indictments. Edward George Armstrong, that you did upon the 14th day of March 1925 cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleese. Emily Caroline Brent, that upon the 5th of November 1931 you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. William Henry Blore, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor on October 10th, 1928. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that on the
Okay,
11th day of
cinematography.
August
Okay.
1935
Swapping the
you
focus.
killed Cyril Ogilvy Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that upon a date in February 1932,
Okay, his arm isn't even,
you were
like,
guilty
he's,
of the
like,
death of
hovering his
21
arm like
men,
this on the
members of an
fireplace.
East
It's not
African
even,
tribe.
like,
John
down on top of
Gordon
it.
Mackenzie, that on the 4th of January 1917, you deliberately sent your
He
wife's
angy.
lover, Arthur Richmond, to his death. Anthony James Marston, that upon the 14th day of November last, you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Thomas Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that on the 6th of May 1929, you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Lawrence John Wargrave, that upon the 10th day of June 1934, you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Doctor! I only fainted, Rogers. I'm sure she'll be fine. Narracott, you get my bag from my room?
Yes, of course.
Stout fellow. Marston, in a moment I'll want help to get her to her room. Of course. Behind the kitchen, is it, Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can use that door.
Get through the dialogue. Yeah. I don't know if y'all could see, but during that cutscene when they panned over and you could see this guy leaning against the wall, like, his model was clearly in front of the table, but he, like, I guess, like, he was on the wrong layer, so his legs were in front of the table, but he was supposed to be positioned behind it. So my immersion is ruined. Just kidding. And then there were none streams left. I'm quitting streaming. Olive T U, thank you for the follow. Yada girl, yes. So they are all in. Which death number is that? Funnily enough, Risque, nobody has actually died yet. We are about to have death number 1. But as of right now, nobody has died. And again, with this cutscene of him going up the stairs, okay. So they're all guilty in the eyes of Owen of the death of someone, and so he brought them all to the house. In the eyes of the Lord, yes. The eyes of our Lord and Oh, we're in an ad right now. I'm going on about what this game is about, and Yada Girl was in an ad. Okay, we'll save again and we'll wait for the ad to be done. It's about... Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. Let me know when you're back from the ads, and I will resume talking. What's wrong with the drive safe emote? Risque. Yeah, so long story short, Yada Girl, yes, they killed someone, but most of them they're like a victim of circumstance. We will learn more about them. Like, we can actually talk to the people in this house. It's not just, cutscenes. Where am I going? Going to the guy's room. Thank you for the hydrate, Risque. Could you guys hear the sound with the hydrate, or did you just see the GIF of from Flashdance on the screen? Rabbit can hear everything. No sound with the hydrate. Okay, great. Got one. Yes, I do have one of those Brita bottles. The water from the sink at my house is not great, so I like to, not be drinking gross water. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out
Thank you, Mr. Narracott.
I will have to
am in
figure
your
out the issue with that. Okay, so we've given him the...
Perhaps we can talk later.
Okay.
For now, I must see to my patient.
Alright, we got you your doctor bag. Now I guess we gotta fuck off, because he doesn't want to talk to us.
"10 little sailor boys. Charming."
Now, Rogers, tell us about that extraordinary voice.
It was Mr. Owen, sir. In his letter, he wrote to me to put it on the gramophone once you were all settled in here after dinner.
That was Mr. Owen's voice?
You doubt that it was?
No. I thought I recognized it. I'm sure I'm mistaken.
A disgraceful practical joke.
You think it was a joke?
What else could it be?
I will need to hear more evidence before offering an opinion.
Mr. Marston and I carried Mrs. Rogers to her room. I gave her a mild sedative. She's resting comfortably.
Whoever it was on that recording, that person knows or has taken the trouble to find out a good deal about us all. He was correct about Seaton. I presided at the trial, but all I did was execute a guilty man.
I remember the case. As I recall, there was some talk.
Happily, guilt and innocence are decided by those of us qualified to make a judgment, not by gossip. Of course, there is one omission in that recording. Mr. Narracott, of course. Although to hear Mr. Blore tell it, he might have earned a place on that list had Mr. Owen been so inclined.
Okay. So, when we first got here, the gramophone was not on the table, so Rogers must have dragged out a whole-ass gramophone to put on the table along with the record. Hi, Rabbit. Hope Jerry is alright. I heard his spleen operation did not go as planned. XOXO me map. Thanks, Risque. Yes, Jerry is recovering at home. They accidentally gave him a BBL with the spleen operation, but it's okay. Haha, yum yum. Well, I hope Jerry's new BBL has improved his quality of life. Take the tubes out.
This could use a closer look.
Look at the record. Hello. Goodbye.
I wonder what's recorded on this
What's
side.
recorded on this side? Okay, I think we actually have to put the radio tube. Hold on. We gotta put the tubes back in real quick.
This is neither the time nor the place. I won't do that.
What? Why?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Okay, you just said I wonder what's on this side, and then was like, actually, JK. Alright, now we get to talk to the accused, and he's gonna say the exact same thing to every single person. He'll say, any truth to the accusation against you, and he's gonna say it in that exact cadence. Watch.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Yeah.
It's a matter of interpretation, you understand. But I'd have to say, yes.
Will you tell me how it happened?
Elderly woman.
I'll do anything but I won't do that.
I'd been up all night with an emergency case. My nerves were shot, hands shaking. But I had to operate. I had to try and save her. I had a pick-me-up or two to steady myself, but I bungled it. It wasn't the drink, I swear. It was an accident. Could have happened to anyone in my profession.
His palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms were heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready. And then the old lady died.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Owen sent me a note, asking me to have a look at his wife, who's been suffering from arthritis and muscle spasms.
Okay, great.
What was the gossip concerning the Seaton case?
I'm not one to spread gossip to just anyone about a man as distinguished as Justice Wargrave. If I were certain about him.
Perhaps. But I'm not. If you'll excuse me, Doctor.
Oh, Lord in heaven. I wish I could get a Brazil butter lift, if you know what I mean. Peepaw just sharded the bed again, and I have to go now. Have a blessed day. You know, maybe a Brazilian butter lift will help Peepaw from sharding in the bed. Can we take stuff from the bar cart now?
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Can't do that. Alright. Let's talk to all these flops.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
The name sounded vaguely familiar. I expect it will come to me.
So this guy is a piece of shit, and we're gonna find that out. And we're not gonna feel bad for anything that may or may not happen to him.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Got a wire from a pal of mine, Badger Barkley. Surprised me at the time because I had an idea the old horse had gone to Norway. Told me to roll up here.
That will be all, Marston. Any truth to the accusation against you?
It's true we were the only ones there the night Miss Brady died. But she was always in poor health. Always. From the time we came to her.
You came to her? Okay, it's a little freaky there, but okay.
Will you tell me how it happened?
There was a storm, as fierce as the one brewing outside right now when she was taken bad. The telephone was out of order. I went for the doctor on foot, but he got there too late.
Were you mentioned in the will?
Barely. Certainly not what we were led to believe. She was just saying it, you see, to ensure our devotion to her. Beg pardon. I'm not sure what came over me just then. The strain of tonight, I expect, and worry over Mrs. Rogers, of course.
Why is Samantha quick in the... Wait, did he say something about quick? I was zoned out. I was not paying attention.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
We expected to finally meet Mr. and Mrs. Owen today. Ethel didn't want to take the job, but I insisted. I'm beginning to wish I'd listened to her.
Good evening, Mr. Rogers.
The lady on the couch. Why she got, like, look at how thick her hand is. Like, why is her hand so big? Did she get a BBL on her hand? Oh, wait. I forgot. I need the tubes from the gramophone. I love how he runs like 3 steps and then the screen transitions and he's standing perfectly still.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, the tubes don't work. She got the Brazilian finger lift. Excuse me. UX201A 807H. They used ASFAT. Yeah, they... She was like, I don't need this magnificently large dumpy. But you know what I do need is a thick-ass hand.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
I remember Seaton perfectly well. Playwright, charged with the murder of a chorus girl. He was found guilty, hung himself in his cell 3 days later, saved the Crown the expense of doing it for him.
Thank you kindly, Judge. Any truth to the accusation against you?
About that child, Cyril Hamilton. I was nursery governess to him.
Yeah, she said I really... She was like, you know, my grip is good, but it could be better. I need there to be some more, you know, meat on my hands so I can have better meat in my hands, if you know what I mean. Hey-oh. Not the stream type, but do you not like it, AJ? I worked really hard on it. Yesterday I sat here for like 10 minutes trying to come up with words that rhymed with 9.
Will you tell me how it happened?
I'd like to tell you. Cyril was forbidden to swim out far. One day, my attention was distracted. I couldn't get there in time. It was awful. But it wasn't my fault. At the inquest, the coroner exonerated me. Oh, and his mother. She was so kind. If she didn't blame me, why should this awful thing be said?
Are you sure you're telling me everything?
I'm telling you all I'm going to, Mr. Narracott.
She's giving quite a bit of side boob for the time. This game like clearly predates World War II because they still refer to World War I as the Great War, and one of the letters that you can read said something about if we go to war with Germany again. So it's a bit scandalous for her to just have tits out at the function. To be fair to her, I would be doing that. Now, I'm not saying that I have anything against her side boobs. I'm just saying that they are scandalous. But I'm going to get a cherry thigh tat. Don't you have a few I do have a few thigh tats. I have a few thigh tats on the front and on the back. Did that one guy die? No, nobody has died yet. We've been taking our time. The murder weapon aside. All I can think about when I say side boob is that Family Guy joke about, like, Peter gets the public access television show, and it's like, the Peter Griffin side boob hour. Look at that side boob. Isn't that great? What about that one? How about this side boob? That turning you on? Well, it shouldn't, because it's my side boob. And then it like zooms out and he's just shirtless. Is a hand jab how she killed Jerry? Well, now, I wasn't aware that Jerry passed away. I thought he was just recovering from his spleen BBL combination surgery. Oh yes, there's the Grandpa Simpson emote. That came about because in someone else's stream, Owen was talking about how they wanted an emote of Grandpa Simpson like walking in and turning around and walking back out, and I said, you know what, that's a great idea, and I think I will make that, and then I did. Oh, he didn't die. Facebook lies again. Why would anybody post anything on the internet if it was a lie? Who's lying on the internet? Get one spleen removed and get one BBL for free. Well, where do you think they got the materials to give him a BBL? They just used his spleen.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I was engaged through the Skilled Women's Agency to be Mrs. Owen's personal secretary for the remainder of the summer. Then I hope to return to teaching.
A good evening to you, Miss Claythorne. Stay safe.
The Skilled Women's Agency. Where's the Unskilled Men's Agency, and how can I be a part of that? Because I've got no skills. The Splee-BL. Oh my god, okay. Hold up. Splee-BL. Let me just real quick. Yeah, so like I said before, Patrick is like super down bad for, oh, we're in an ad right now, but he's super down bad for, what did Des call her? Dorfney. And like, even though basically they're like, your negligence killed a literal child, he's like, it's fine. My face after getting a Spleeby L at Claire's. See, I got my Spleeby L at the O'Reilly Auto Parts, but I did get my lobotomy at Claire's. And I can say that the bedside manner of the girl at Claire's that gave me my lobotomy was not as good as I would have liked it to be. While we're in an ad, I'm going to save the game again. We'll continue to talk about our Spleeby L's. If I had a big house, I'd call it the bedside manor, and I'm always saying that, and nobody's listening. And why did they make the teeth in the mouth icon? Why did they make them yellow? They could have made them look like regular teeth, but they chose to make them they said we're in England and the teeth need to be gross. They used the piercing gun for the whole, yeah, they used the plastic piercing gun for the whole procedure, so it got stuck in my when they use the needle through the eye to get to the frontal lobe, it got stuck. Got your Spleeby L in the Sam's Club parking lot. Okay, alright. Alright, we should be back from the ad. Let's continue talking to these lovely people.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Fellow got hold of a detestable rumor, nothing more. Arthur Richmond was one of my officers. I sent him on a reconnaissance, he was killed. Natural course of events in wartime.
Good evening, General.
Interesting history Shipwreck
Yes,
Island
AJ,
has.
I did get my lobotomy at Claire's.
I studied up on it before I came down.
What are the names of those two people I'm accused of killing?
John and Lucy Combs. I made a note of it.
Must have been a couple of kids I ran over near Cambridge. Beastly bad luck.
What
For
the
them
fuck?
or for you?
Well, I was thinking for me, but of course you're right, sir. It was damned bad luck on them. Of course it was a pure accident. They rushed out of some cottage or other. Beastly nuisance. English
I just
roads are
ran them
hopeless,
over.
just can't get up a decent
It
pace.
really sucks. I couldn't get the
Well,
brain
anyway,
matter
it
off of
wasn't
my
my
car.
fault.
Alright, here we go. I wish Joe would play this game just for that line. Remember, we don't feel bad for this guy, so don't mourn him. No one mourns the wicked, as they say. With his fat sausage fingers and...
This man is dead.
This man is dead. AJ, what are the chances you think Joe would play this game? What was his opinion on the end of Orient Express? And he's just in the corner. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh. Alright, let's talk to the doctor.
Did Marston choke to death?
He was ready to
call it
end it
choking
by
if
the
you
end
like.
of Orient Express.
He died of asphyxiation right enough.
I mean, I think this game also suffers from that, where the beginning of the game is really good, and the end of the game is okay.
Was Marston poisoned?
Can't say exactly. Everything points to one of the
But his
cyanides.
final-
No distinctive smell of prussic acid. Probably potassium cyanide.
Des, he was
It
never
acts
on the
pretty
moral
well
plane.
instantaneously.
Clearly, he had no empathy for two children that he ran over with his car. Yeah, his final action was dropping to his knees and barking like he wanted it. This game is so much better despite not being able to skip the dialogue. Yeah, I definitely played this game way more than Orient Express. I would I think I played it so much that I had parts of the dialogue memorized.
Was there something in the whiskey?
Like
Yes.
Clearly,
without a
I
doubt.
remembered the part about the batteries in the flower, which is, I said earlier, like, the stupidest logic, like, why the fuck were the batteries in the flour? But I remembered that they were there, so I went into the kitchen and was like, oh yeah, the batteries, they're in the sack of flour, as one does. Should have called it, and then there were none, because these people need Jesus.
Do you think it was suicide?
Seems like it.
Could he have been murdered?
Not my line of country. I'm a doctor, not a detective.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a detective.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Not I. Personally or professionally.
What do you think that record means?
A disgraceful and heartless practical joke, I suppose.
That is all for now, Dr. Armstrong.
Okay. Save. I'm gonna put it on BRB because I'm hungry and I'm gonna have a little to eat. So I'll be right back. Okay, so just kidding. I thought my pizza was here, but it actually isn't. So we're gonna play a little bit longer, and then we'll go on BRB when my food gets here. Okay. Able to beat this one with very minimal help from a guide, but Orient Express was insufferable without the guide, and even with the guide, Joe still got stuck and had to download a save file. Did he like soft lock himself? With Orient Express?
Do you think it was suicide?
You conduct yourself well, Mr. Narracott, if you don't mind my saying so. Mr. Blore has told us that you are not what you appear, yet you told him you were not a detective.
No, sir. But I've read many detective novels. I even had one of those junior detective kits when I was a boy. Magnifying glass, fingerprint powder.
Junior detective kit. Wonderful.
Ah, an amateur sleuth, then. You appear to have something of a gift for it.
About the suicide, Judge.
I'm not yet prepared to offer an opinion.
Didn't he have to download a save file for, like, Castle Malloy because he got stuck on the chemical puzzle? The Dancing True theme starts like do 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 do. Or if you'd like, the Nancy rap also. Like a bullet from a gun.
Did you know Marston before he arrived
on
here
the
today?
scene.
I knew his father, the Duke, and his elder brother. Like so many younger sons of his class, Anthony Marsden was a bit of a wastrel, as you will have gathered. There were other rumors of late, of his dabbling in politics, but this is not the proper forum for that discussion.
Well, there's a glitch people often encounter in that one.
What do you think that record means?
May I answer that in a moment after asking a question of my own?
Of course.
Does anyone know Mr. Owen's full name?
Owen
My letter was signed
Spader.
only UN Owen.
Yes, UN Owen. Or, by a slight stretch of fancy, unknown. I'll now answer your question, Mr. Narracott. The name, the recording, the circumstances
Nations
under which
Owen.
all but you were lured to this island. I have no doubt in my mind that we have been invited here by a madman. very possibly a dangerous homicidal lunatic.
Oh. Okay.
Why did you retire, Judge?
I know there was talk about my competence, even my ego running wild, but the truth of it is very simple. My health. A lifetime sentencing my fellow man, and now a higher power has passed judgment on me.
Good evening, Judge.
Higher power. 420 blaze it.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
He didn't seem particularly remorseful. Of course, the record might have set him off somehow. A new incident long after the fact may create a strong feeling of guilt or fear. Wouldn't you say, Doctor?
Possible. Quite possible.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Heard of him, but we'd never crossed paths or swords.
Cross swords. Gay. Okay, you can kind of see here on this guy's pants, I know it's supposed to be the fly, but, like, why did they draw it like that? They could have just made the pants, like, they could have just put, like, a line or something, but instead they made it this, like, weird, like, shape.
What do you think that record means?
There is something wrong with this entire weekend, and especially with our host, Mr. Owen.
I believe we're all coming around to that conclusion.
I believe we're all
Yes,
coming
but I know something you don't, Judge.
around to that
What is
conclusion.
that?
I recognize the voice on that recording, and it was definitely not Mr. Owen.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Narracott. Not until I think things through a bit more.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Lombard.
His pants have a slot for the shaft, but not the balls. Well, no. Well, where do you think those balls in that guy's room came from? The polished marble ones. Okay. It's all coming together. All right, let's talk to Dorfney.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
You'd never think he would kill himself. He was so alive. When he came down that hill in his car, he looked... Oh, I can't explain.
Oh, he was gooning in the car. I'm picking up what you put down. He was gooning in the car.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No. I'm sure I would have remembered.
Steady, Miss Claythorne. The lad had his faults, you know.
What do you think that record means?
It was unfair, what it said. Very unfair.
You seem to be a remarkably perceptive girl, Miss Claythorne.
Why, thank you, Mr. Narracott.
Is there anything you can tell me about our fellow castaways?
Castaways? You make it sound so...
Romantic?
I was going to say dramatic.
Romantic.
Let me see. No one has confided any secrets to me, I'm afraid. Oh, except one.
That is...
I really don't know you well enough to answer you.
Much obliged for your assistance, Miss Claythorne.
Why would you tell him that somebody told you a secret if you weren't going to tell him? Answer me that. Oh, fuck. Those legs just in the corner. Alright, let's talk to these flops.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
I shouldn't have said Mr. Marston was a suicidal type of gentleman at all.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Never clapped eyes on him. And who gave you the authority to question us?
You're under no obligation to answer me.
Never clapped cheeks on him. I mean, what? Who said that?
What do you think that record means?
I don't like it. Not one bit. Very queer, the whole situation.
Good
Queer?
evening, Mr. Bloor.
This October of all months? Queer? I think this game is too woke.
Do you think Marston committed
What did
suicide?
you call me?
Yes. In my experience, certain types of individuals, when faced with their sin, will then commit the greater one.
Black Pride Month.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No.
What do you think that record means?
There is something very peculiar about it.
I overheard you mention St. Trednick to Miss Claythorne.
I was staying at a seaside hotel near St. Trednick this same week of August 4 years ago. That boy Cyril Hamilton drowned near there. It was the talk of the town. His half-brother was much older. Hugo, I think his name was. Cyril was a vile child, by all accounts, but first in line for the family title and estates. When he died, it all went to Hugo. He was just about Miss Claythorne's age. There was talk of something between them.
You're suggesting Vera let the boy drown so the man she loved could inherit?
That would be idle gossip. I don't indulge in idle gossip. I've only told you the facts of the case as I remember them.
Good evening to you, Miss Brent.
Oh, I see. So they were fucking, and they weren't paying attention, and then the kid drowned. Okay. Interesting idle animation.
Do you think it was suicide?
How dare you? My wife died of natural causes, sir. A long illness, nothing more.
Dude, nobody mentioned
I meant
his
Marston.
wife.
Marston? No honor in him that I could see.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No, I don't think so. Not a military man, I'd wager. Lombard now. He reminds me of someone from my command. But the name wasn't Lombard.
We're already down to 8. Fully missed that. Well, so there are 8 guests, and then the 2 Rogers, the manservant and wife, count as the other 2. So we're down to 9. Because, you know, this guy's dead.
What do you think that record means?
Ugly. After 30
Ugly.
years. Ugly thing to say.
I am indebted to you for your help, General Mackenzie.
It's what I say when I look at myself in the mirror.
Where have you been, Rogers?
Ugly.
I went to check on my wife, sir. She is resting comfortably. But I'm afraid I have some distressing news.
Oh?
One of the china figures of a sailor boy has been broken off.
Chapter 2. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8.
Filthy night. I tried to go out to get some more wood for the fire, but the wind drove me back.
A storm like that will keep us all indoors.
My apologies for the accommodations, Mr. Narracott, but all the beds are taken.
Makes one wonder where the Owens were planning to sleep, doesn't it?
A good servant follows instructions, sir. He does not question his employer, unless you'd like to share the deceased's room with the corpse.
This will do fine. Thank you, Rogers.
I'll wish you a good night then, sir.
Everyone should be sound asleep by now. Good time for a little stealth work.
Right, stealth work. Yeah, I don't think I ever really thought about it as a kid, but I watched MLMs play this, and it reminded me, like, I guess, like, yeah, where are you going to put the body otherwise, but, like, they really just put the dead body in his bed, and we're like, all right, dude, you got to sleep on the couch. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Nothing a little elbow grease can't undo.
Okay, we got the light bulb and the lamp. I know we can, this, pretty sure the stick belongs to the general. We can give it to him, but I don't remember when. Must be like tomorrow or something.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Okay, so here's a bit of moon logic. So
the flour stuck to bits of it.
We put the flour in the turkey baster so we could get fingerprints, and then we use the tape
Aha!
to get the fingerprint.
This bears a closer look.
Okay. So now we have his fingerprint. No, fingerprints. I don't think so. Now we gotta... Okay. Can we listen to the... Can we put the record in? We'll wake the whole house up by playing this record at max volume.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Nope, okay. Where's your sense of humor, Narracott? Okay, so we have the flashlight. If we didn't have the flashlight, we would have to have snuck around downstairs to look at the dining room to find the flashlight in the drawer, and use the big scoop in the sack of flour to look at, or to find the battery.
Locked.
Okay, this is...
It's locked fast.
We're just gonna watch him sleep.
He's as tight as an owl. I expect nothing could wake him up.
Can we get closer? Wait.
He's as tight as an owl. I expect nothing could wake him
We're
up.
just gonna watch him sleep. He's tight, huh? Well, maybe he has some amyl nitrate in his doctor's bag. You never know.
I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
What if we just, like, got in the bed with him? Why do you know about that? Streets are not supposed to know about poppers. I have seen that clip of... Who is it? And they ask... It's a singer, and they ask her about poppers, and she's like, I don't know what that is. And they go, amyl nitrate, and she's like, oh yeah, I love that stuff. I want to say it was like... What is the... No, okay. I do have a funny story about... I used it to clean my VCR, don't question it. I do have a funny anecdotal story about poppers. Drag queen once named Amy L. Nitrate. So, when I was in college, I went to college in Minnesota, and I went to a show in Minneapolis that was Willem and Meatball and T-Rex before she got canceled. And there were I think there were a couple Minneapolis, like, Twin Cities based queens. And at one point, Willem had, like, somebody offered poppers to Willem, and he, like, took them and used them on the stage. And I was seated in, like a balcony. It was like an old kind of warehousey building where the stage was on the ground floor, and there was like an open, like, catwalk kind of upstairs, and I was sitting in the upstairs with this group of guys, and one of the guys, like, got up and left, and then, like, a minute later came back and just had the bottle of poppers. And my dumbass was convinced. I was like, this is what they teach you in school. They're gonna pressure me to take the drugs even though they don't know who I am, and I have not said a word to them whatsoever. Suffice it to say, they did not offer me the poppers, and I don't even know if any of them took them. They just had the bottle. Anyway, let's spy on more people while they're sleeping. One time I did actually use it to clean something, lol. They all sleep, like, head out of the covers, but everything else tucked in. And they sleep perfectly straight up and down. Couldn't be me. Oh. Okay. Young wind chimes afraid of peer pressure. Let's,
It's locked fast.
Okay, well, you're literally in the room. Just open, like...
It's tightly locked. It's locked fast.
Come on, I just want to watch you guys sleep. It's not weird at all. Is this the dead guy's room? Why is it like... Okay, the lighting on his face is very weird. It's like he looks, like he's got a bad case of jaundice. If everything is tight and locked, poppers could help with that. Yeah, that's Des, that's why I said that the doctor might have amyl nitrate in his bag, because he's tight as an owl and all the doors are tightly locked.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further.
What, is his window open? Why is his window wide open in the pouring rain? Well, I don't want to know. You know, they could have made these hallways, like, slightly more... Oh, I already went in this room. Slightly different, because they all kind of look the same to me. I just came out of that door. So, this door? I don't know where I'm going. He's ready for the murderer to take him.
It's tightly locked.
Happy October. I'm gonna say that every time.
Morning is coming. I'd best get back to my bed.
Damn.
Well, I didn't get much rest, but at least I have something to show for it. I'd best see if everyone has come down for breakfast.
Topher, thank you for the hydrate. So, when somebody follows or subscribes or raids, do you hear the sound, or are you just not hearing any of the sounds? Because I know that you guys said you couldn't hear the hydrate or the sound alerts. Saw a GIF but didn't hear a noise, yeah.
If what Narracott told
The
Vera
judge
is
has
true,
gloves on for
mind
some
you, I
reason.
take anything he says with a grain of salt.
His
then they
hand
will
is
not be
clipping
sending
through
a
his
boat
chin.
until at least Monday, even if the storm clears.
Wise to remember, Narracott's the odd man out here.
Yes, thanks to you, I believe, Blore.
At least nothing else has occurred.
I hope you are correct, Miss Claythorne. However, I feel compelled to draw your attention to this table's centerpiece.
Now 2 are broken. How odd.
Ah, Mr. Narracott, good morning. Since Mr. Marsden won't be joining us, there is an extra place for breakfast, although breakfast itself seems to be a trifle behind schedule.
I'm afraid there is no breakfast at present. Mrs. Rogers has not been able to carry on this morning.
What's the matter with the woman? I was promised fresh apple juice this morning.
I must tell you a sad
Must
piece
speak
of
with
news.
your manager about that.
Mrs. Rogers died in her sleep.
Runner not being flat, it's bothering me. So, wait, there were no table settings on the table during that cutscene, but suddenly they're there. So there's nobody there to cook breakfast because that's Mrs. Rogers' job, but wouldn't her job also be setting the table? Like, this game is super big into the, like, heavy gender roles based on the, you know, time that it's set. Let's save, actually.
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
She was a very skittish creature. And she had a shock last night. It might have been heart failure.
Her heart certainly failed to beat. What caused it to fail is the question.
I mean, if you really think about it, any death is heart failure, because your heart fails to beat after you die. Also, the apple juice that the old lady was complaining about, you can get the apple juice for her, and I intend on doing it. There's like, I guess you could call them side quests.
Did you hear anything in the
while
night?
you're solving the
No, my sleep was
mystery?
quite restful.
Good day to you,
I think
Miss
the
Claythorne.
walking stick is also one. Like, you can give the general the walking stick. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I think every, or almost every character has some sort of side quest associated with them.
8 little sailor boys. The plot thickens.
Thickens.
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death, Judge?
I'm afraid it confirms my opinion that there is something very wrong on this island. It occurs to me that if these 2 deaths were not suicides or accidents, that Mr. Owen may very well be responsible. If so, he is almost certainly on this island somewhere.
I agree. I think we should find a way off this island immediately.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I confess I slept fitfully. Marsden's death, the storm, but I heard nothing. Possibly also due to the storm.
He's like, did you hear anything
Quite
last
understandable.
night?
Mr. Narracott, can
Maybe
your
your
boat be
door
repaired?
opening?
I doubt very seriously it can be repaired. Mr.
Maybe you
Bloor
felt the
did a
blankets
good
get
job.
turned down and somebody
Steady
get into
on.
bed with you, and
I didn't know then how the land lay,
someone
did I?
spooning you, maybe?
So you say.
No,
if you
nothing.
find a means of
Okay.
leaving the island or of
I'll try
signaling
harder
the
next time.
mainland, I'm sure we would all be in your debt.
And I'm sure all of us would help in any way we could.
Here, we're never going to leave the island. None of us are ever going to leave.
It's tightly locked. Yeah, did you hear anything last night? Yeah, I heard, Mrs. Drake! Mrs. Drake, is that you? Are you in there?
What were you hinting at concerning Marston's politics?
Only that he'd become mixed up with some foreigners. I think that's all I'd better
Foreigners?
say at present.
Good day to you, Judge.
Okay, my food is now here. We save. And I'm gonna throw it on BRB, and I'll come back in a little bit. Alright, I'm back. We're gonna play a little bit more, and then we will raid out. We will see if we can maybe get the apple juice. That might be something we could do.
Perhaps this will grant the aging general increased mobility.
Yeah, perhaps it will. How did we know he needed,
Good day to you, General.
did I give it to him? Like how we didn't say anything
Any
to him
theories about
that.
Mrs. Rogers'
Okay.
death?
I'm sure Mrs. Rogers wasn't to blame. A good, loyal woman.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I thought I heard a voice calling my name. My wife. She died several years ago.
You don't say.
I expect it was a dream.
General, you said you thought you recognized Lombard.
Lombard, yes. He does look familiar. But the name is wrong. Or is it? I'm sorry, young man. My memory plays tricks on me.
Good day to you, General. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
Conscience.
What do you mean by that?
She was accused, together with her husband, of having deliberately murdered her former employer, an old lady. You all saw her last night. She broke down completely. The shock
so
of her
she's a
wickedness
hater.
brought home to her was too much to bear. She literally died of fear.
Possibly, if there was cardiac weakness.
Call it, if you prefer, an act of God.
Thank you, Miss Brent. You're a detective, Mr. Bloor. Any theories?
I appreciate you recognizing the fact there's a professional present. I'd like to know what she had to eat or drink last night before she collapsed.
Rogers assures me she had nothing whatsoever.
Of course he would say that. But see here. They've done a murder and gotten away with it. Now she's all hysterical, likely to give the show away. She's a danger to her husband. That's what she is.
Oh, I should hardly think a man would do that to his wife.
You said you knew something about the history of this island.
Most of the old stuff can be found in the library. Its more recent history is just as interesting, though. But I'm not inclined to divulge that just yet.
Good day to you, Mr. Bloor. What was the cause of death?
Impossible to say offhand.
There must be an autopsy.
I certainly couldn't give a certificate without one.
When did you find out?
Rogers roused me at first light. He'd gotten up to light the stove and see to the power generator before waking her. When she didn't respond, he got me.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is basically a stranger to everybody, except maybe the guy in the blue shirt. So it's kind of understandable that they're like, I'm not just going to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets, but the fact that the blue shirt guy is like, I'm not going to tell you the history of the land that we are on. Like, what about that is so important that you need to save it for later? Just tell us.
Can you tell when she died?
Without an autopsy, not for certain, but it must have been some hours ago. The body was, quite cold.
Did you hear anything in the night?
No, although it appears I should have.
That is all for now, Dr. Armstrong. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
We know that she consumed something last night. Dr. Armstrong told us so.
I, Mr. Lombard?
You gave her a sedative.
A small dose of Trianol, nothing more.
Doctors have made mistakes before.
You're suggesting I accidentally gave Mrs. Rogers an overdose?
Accidentally or otherwise. One death may have been an accident or suicide, but two in the space of a few hours?
Simply outrageous, man of my standing.
Any more questions, Mr. Narracott?
Did you hear anything in the night?
I'm a very light sleeper. In future, I hope everyone will bear that in mind. Yes, several times I heard something.
You didn't investigate?
With a judge, a detective, and an amateur sleuth in the house, you hardly need my poor skills in that line. I prefer to keep watch.
The hunter in his blind?
A good analogy, Judge.
You said you recognized Owen's voice.
I've had time to think it over, and I'm sure I did. But I see no reason to share that information with you.
Thank you, Lombard.
Chapter 3. 8 little sailor boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7.
Rogers didn't let his wife's death get in the way of his custodial duties. I assume everyone has gone off on their own pursuits. I should do the same.
Okay, since we have we broken the legs off yet? Since we got the little cutscene, I think that is a good spot to call it for today. I would just like to finish eating, and I don't want to put you on BRB for a very long time, so we will wrap it up. Save first.